lots of great players coming out of this program.
And on the other side, Coach Chugger Adair in his 13th season at the helm. Emily, you played for him. He's done a terrific job leading this program. He started as an assistant and then being elevated to the head coach spot.
Yeah, he's done an incredible job with this program. Been lucky to be under his leadership.
And we are underway at Thompson Field. Just under 70 degrees, a nice crowd starting to file in. 25th ranked Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. We're glad to have you to get your weekend started here on the ACC Network Extra. There's Dory Haugen. And that center back roll, connecting with Mitchell. Tech playing with some tempo here early. Peyton Cahill in goal for Wake Forest. Made her first career start against Virginia in the last match. Madison Howard was unable to go. Did a great job recording a clean sheet.
Yeah, and that's a lot of pressure, especially a junior making your first career start against a top 25 opponent. She easily grabs one there, but that's a tough job, and Coach DeLuz mentioned she has a calming presence, and they weren't worried about putting her in, but Wake has had a trio of goalkeepers that have contributed this season due to injuries.
And nearly a takeaway. And now Wake on a potential counter. This could be a very physical match. Two teams that play with a lot of physicality. Our first foul of the night. Referee Ashley Sadro this evening. Zara Shavoshi knocked down the junior from Potomac, Maryland. I mentioned that 2-0 win against Virginia for the Dean of Deacons. Emily, what did you like about what you saw from Wake and one of their signature wins of the season?
Yeah, well, they changed formations for that game specifically, and I think it really worked out for them. Moved into a 3-4-3, really made themselves compact in midfield, moved the ball really well, and Coach Luce said it was a complete performance other than 10 minutes, which has been a theme for them. So tonight they're wanting to put in a full 90-minute performance.
There's Natalie Mitchell, 6 goals on the year. Looked like she might have been held there. Play on. And a whistle. Foul on Wake Forest.
Yeah, Mitchell really showing her strength on that play. Got fouled a couple times, was pulled back. Eventually the referee calls it after initially giving advantage.
And Tech coming off of a 4-0 win at Syracuse on Sunday. It was a successful road trip, beat Boston College last Thursday 2-1.
That's not an easy road trip to make, Evan. It's a tough way to travel, lots of airtime on the flights.
First free kick of the night. Skyers plays it in. That's headed wide. Not a bad set piece there. Sophie Maltese, the junior, in the area, and a goal kick.
That's a great ball in by Eden Skyers with the left foot. Sophie Maltese does a great job peeling off the back post. Just isn't able to get a header on it. Great defending by Colton.
This is a Virginia Tech team, despite some injuries this year, Emily, that has a ton of depth.
Yeah, the offensive presence up front, it's really run by Natalie Mitchell. Key contributor offensively for Virginia Tech, missing Powell and Price.
There's an easy takeaway as Mitchell connects with Maltese, tries to make that turn. There's a slide tackle from Dempsey Brown, the freshman. An immediate impact for Wake, and here they are on the counter. Nice cutback, great pass. Emily Murphy, the North Carolina transfer, with space, threads it through. Good opportunity for Wake, and then it results in a corner. It's last touched off Virginia Tech. all started with Nikayla Small.
And in the build-up to this corner kick, Emily Murphy, the center forward for Wake Forest, dropped in, which pulled Haugen out of the back line, which allowed Nikayla Small to have so much space to run out the back line.
Kaya Hanks will take the corner. Demon Deacons threatening early. There is Dempsey Brown, who we were just mentioning a moment ago. We talked with Coach Tony DeLuz this morning, and he had such high praise for his freshman midfielder. Called her the most consistent player on the pitch for this very talented Wake Forest squad.
Yeah, he mentioned she's not super flashy, like a center forward might be scoring goals, or maybe a center back that's always having to make slide tackles, because, you know, that's not always the best thing for a center back, having to make game-saving tackles. That means something's going wrong either with them or the team's shape. So Dempsey Brown is quiet, or sorry, Dempsey is quiet, but she's consistent in her presence in the back line.
Ina Warren with the throw in coming. Leave it for Eden Skyers, but it's great to see number 5 back on the pitch for Virginia Tech, because she can do a lot of different things for this Hokie squad.
Yeah, we talked about Cahill, the goalkeeper for Wake, being calm in her presence as a goalkeeper. Ina Warren is just that for Virginia Tech. She's so good on the ball, sits in the pockets between the lines, always wants the ball. She's somebody for Virginia Tech that they can rely on finding her in midfield.
De Guzman tries to flick it forward. Mitchell has space, collects, cross not there. Eden Skyers, terrific hustle, potential jersey tug, no whistle. Warren playing forward, gives it back for the Jacksonville transfer. Skyers has made an immediate impact on the back line for Virginia Tech. Taylor Bryan. Knocked down. And a clean tackle from Wake Forest. Here they are, trying to get numbers forward, and we've seen early here in the first 7 minutes, Wake Forest trying to turn defense into offense. Wonderful move from Dory Haugen. Draws some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Emily, how important is it the first 10 minutes or so to get a feel for the other team when you're on the pitch?
It's incredibly important. You'll see teams sometimes play direct in that time. Virginia Tech kind of feels settled in now. They're choosing to keep possession. But you want to make sure you don't concede a goal in that time. And Virginia Tech has done a good job in their last couple games at Boston College, at Syracuse, in scoring early. So Wake Forest will be wary of that and keeping a clean sheet, at least in the first 10. That'll set them up for success against this Hokies team.
Chavoshi out wide, trying to connect with Small. Emily, you were a terrific midfielder in your time playing college soccer, now doing it on the professional level. What is it about Nikayla Small? 7 assists on the year. She's been one of the most exciting players in this conference. What is it about her that makes her so good?
Well, I think you look at 7 assists, no goals. She's clearly a selfless player.
Bryan off the turnover, dumps it off. Great look for Tech, and it's just high. Natalie Mitchell inches away from her 7th goal of the year. Great look at goal, one-on-one against Cahill, and we remain scoreless.
Yeah, Bryan finds herself in a good position, lays it off to Mitchell, point blank. She's got to put that one away. But a great chance for Virginia Tech nonetheless.
And one of the common themes here in the first 10 minutes, Emily, is Virginia Tech pestering Wake Forest in their own back half.
Yeah, I think they've gotten off to a great start. Wake kind of increasing the pressure here. We see them stepping their line a little bit higher in this possession for Virginia Tech.
Skinner sends it away. De Guzman, the freshman, trying to thread it through for Maltese. Pressure in the midfield. Small slipped. And a collision. That'll easily draw the whistle and a foul.
Yeah, Murphy here. Christine Johnson just clipped it forward for her. She does a good job using her body. Haugen just doesn't get great position on that one, and it ends up being a foul for Wake Forest.
Demon Deacons already with a corner kick early. And we've seen the early set pieces. Zara Shavoshi, the junior, taking them. Shavoshi on the free kick. Skinner, who leads the ACC in saves, no problem.
Really well done by Skinner on that one. You can hear from our vantage point in the booth calling for that one, and Visage gets out of the way well.
This is a Virginia Tech back line that has plenty of years playing with each other. Warrenin, Haugen, Veit, a couple of names, and getting Aaliyah Skinner back. She's been playing since the minute she stepped foot on this campus.
Yeah, tremendous goalkeeper, a great leader for this group. And as I mentioned, she has a lot of confidence and swagger out of the back, uses her voice well to orchestrate this back line, has a great relationship with the two center backs.
Harris tried to cut it back. Beautiful move. Emily Murphy plays it in. Good look for Wake Forest. Skinner stands tall off the shot from Kaya Hanks. Foul on Wake Forest. What a moment from Aaliyah Skinner denying Kaya Hanks.
Yeah, and right on cue, Hanks orchestrating Murphy with the great spin. Disguised pass, reverse ball to Hanks. Gets a good look, a tough angle to finish. But Skinner comes up big. Makes the frame small for Hanks to shoot at. And a good response from the Virginia Tech defenders who won the second ball.
And you look at the numbers for Aaliyah Skinner. She's been fantastic in her senior year.
Yeah, I just think she's had a great career, and coming back from an injury last season, it was really tough for her, but she's responded really well to adversity and come back well into the starting lineup for Virginia Tech.
Well, just as I was mentioning, this Tech back line, a lot of time playing with each other over the years, and Skinner, it's moments like that where communication is key. Tech the other way. Beautiful ball played through on the far flank. The freshman De Guzman has it knocked away by Ansbrow, and that results in a corner kick.
This is an end-to-end game so far, Evan. And Coach Chugger mentioned to us about De Guzman wanting her to play more like a winger. She plays the right side of the diamond in this 4-4-2, which typically in previous years Emily McCarter played that position, and she was more of a number 8 in midfield, but De Guzman is a number 7. She plays as a winger. He wants her to get after the back line and put crosses in like that to earn corner kicks.
Both teams have threatened early. Hokies knocking on the door. Cahill knocks it down. Left-footed strike from Bryan. That's deflected. Likely another corner indeed, as Ashley Sadra, our referee, awards that to Tech. Great chance there for Virginia Tech.
And when there's an inexperienced goalkeeper in goal, what do on set pieces? You put it right in on top of her. That's exactly what Eden Skyers does on that play. Cahill stands tall and is up to the task.
Another Tech corner, low line driver, read well. Skyers with the left foot. Not cleared out of danger yet, and there it is. Murphy with the captain's armband at midfield. Mitchell pestering, she slips by her. Murphy, wonderful through ball. Here's the shot, that's wide. Couple of great early opportunities for Wake Forest, and once again it was Kaya Hanks, the sophomore.
Great individual effort from Emily Murphy. This all started back on Wake Forest's own 18-yard box. She gets past Mitchell, slips in a great ball to Hanks, and she just rushes her effort a little bit. I'd like to see her wrap around with her right foot to go back post, use the spin of and the momentum of the ball. But you can see why this Wake Forest front three is really dangerous.
15 minutes in, couple of great chances, very entertaining start here on this Friday night at Thompson Field. Virginia Tech, they've won their last 2 conference matches. Wake Forest, 2 results in their last 2 ACC matches. Tech off the turnover. Mitchell, long ball ahead, unable to find Maltese, but off the deflection, there's contact and a tackle. And with these 2 physical teams early, we have seen both teams allowed to play through that. Mitchell loads up, right foot, that's knocked down. Spinning ball rolls over the end line and a corner.
And it just continues, Evan, end to end. We've seen chances from Wake Forest on the opposite end of the field. Natalie Mitchell lined that one up. Earns another corner kick for Virginia Tech. And these set pieces, they start to add up if you're Wake Forest defending them.
There's Eden Skyers. She went right at Cahill on the last corner from that side. Booted away. And once again, it's Ansbrow there to save the day for Wake. Pelkowski, who had the brace on Sunday. Skyers. Top of the box. To Guzman. Crosses in, Maltese was there. Mitchell, second chance, not there. Pelkowski tries to cut it back. Wonderful takeaway from Wake.
And this is good from Wake Forest, trying to get on the ball themselves. Need to be a little more patient there. Just keep the ball. I mean, you've been defending Virginia Tech. They need to be careful to not allow Virginia Tech to pin them in, because that's what they did during a couple chances just a couple minutes ago.
Emily, we talked about the first 10 minutes of a match, that feeling out period. I don't think it was 10 minutes.
I think that part's over. That part of the game is over. These 2 teams know this is a crucial 3 points. Wake can jump Virginia Tech with a win. Virginia Tech can stay in the top 6 with the win themselves. So this is an important 3 points up for grabs, and you can tell by the way that both teams have come out in this game. You also look at the fact that this is a 1-game week for each of these teams. You let it all out on the pitch tonight. Friday night lights, it's a great environment for these 2 teams.
Well, Virginia Tech, they have been on the road quite a bit as of late. Meanwhile, Wake Forest starting a 3-game road stand. Just over 25 minutes in the opening half. Evan Hughes, Emily Gray, alongside our outstanding ACC Network crew. Skyers goes down. Hokies maintain possession. Visage. Pelkowski There's Dory Haugen, somebody that Coach Chugger there always speaks so highly of. Why is that, Emily? What makes Dory Haugen one of the best center backs in the ACC?
I think it's her recovery pace in behind for this team. She's just a smart player, and over the years she's gotten so much better in possession. You'll see her drive into midfield, breaking lines in that way. And she's been so consistent for this program, leads the team in minutes played this season. Just about every season she's played here, I think she's been among the top, and except for maybe the goalkeeper position.
Here's Mitchell on the takeaway. Wonderful move. Maltese with space, crosses it in, nobody there. How about that move from Natalie Mitchell?
Yeah, I think she does a great job there, and I think it's tough for her on this final pass. And Maltese just was slightly offsides at one point. I think it delayed the ball, made the timing of the final pass a little bit awkward for her. But if the Hokies can get Natalie Mitchell in those spaces, we'll see here. This is a great opportunity for her. She's waiting to play the ball. Maltese is trying to hold her run. And then the cross is just a little bit overhit. Mitchell's the only one in the box.
Polkowski back to Skinner. Emma Polkowski in the number 26 kit. A brace, the first of her career on Sunday as Skyers chips it ahead. But going back to Polkowski, playing with a lot of confidence right now. What does she do to elevate this team? As Mitchell finds Bryan Cahill off her line, offsides the call. Folks, that's how this first half has gone. Just when you think you have a moment, it can turn into a big offensive chance on either side. Yeah,
and it was Mitchell again finding that target space. She's done a great job so far in this match, finding that area of the field. Maybe offsides, maybe not for Bryan, but that's really good from Virginia Tech to get in those areas.
We mentioned the 4-0 win for Virginia Tech on Sunday. They outshot Syracuse 21-9. They were aggressive from start to finish.
Yeah, it was a beat-up Syracuse side. I think missing a lot of key players for them.
Opportunity here. Skinner deflects, and another save for the senior.
What a save by Aaliyah Skinner. Hanks getting in behind once again. And she comes up big, literally makes herself big to keep this one at 0-0.
Kaya Hanks, someone playing with a ton of confidence. 3 goals over her last 4 matches. She's been one of the key offensive players for Wake, and she's had 2 extremely great looks. Skyers finds Warren in. Emily, what have your thoughts been on how this first half, not as many whistles or fouls, are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's been great to see. I think we have talked about it coming into this match. You know, 2 physical teams, Virginia Tech leading the conference in fouls, which isn't out of the ordinary, but Wake Forest is up there too, and we expect it to be really physical. I think it has, but not dirty and not in a way where the referees needed to use her whistle all that much. And I think both teams are just really getting after each other and creating tons of chances, but nothing to show for it so far.
On the ball, Abby Colton. Here's Warren. I know Warren is somebody who continues to get forward. Like Amina, nice move in space. Emily Morris out wide. Chance now for Murphy with 2 Hokies. Dumps it off. Hanks with space with the left foot. Skinner collects. Kaya Hanks has just been knocking on this door the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, she's been all over for Wake Forest. And again, Emily Murphy with great hold-up play.
Another Hokie corner on the way.
Yeah, after Emily Murphy's hold-up play, Virginia Tech does well not to foul. Hanks kind of gets squared up with Visage, gets it on her left foot, and a deflection possibly could have made it more difficult for Skinner, but she does a good job just collecting it.
Anna Weir, someone who's played a lot of minutes as a freshman, comes in. Taylor Bryant comes off. We talk about that depth. Here's Mitchell. Plays it short. Skyers crosses it in. It's kept alive along the end line. Weir, who just checked in, tries to slot it through. De Guzman, big ball in, back post. Cahill with a diving stop.
De Guzman puts in a great ball stemming from the most recent corner kick, and Cahill does a tremendous job holding on to that, because if she gets a tip on that or maybe redirects it in a certain direction, Natalie Mitchell is right behind her on the back post just waiting for her to spill it.
You look at this season for Wake Forest. Valentina Amaral, very talented freshman. She's seen time. Madison Howard, the senior, did not play against Virginia, and it's the third keeper of the year, Peyton Cahill. We talked to Coach Tony DeLuz this morning. He's got a ton of confidence in her and was really proud of her performance in the clean sheet against UVA.
Yeah, typically when you go through 3 keepers in a season, you think
Mitchell.
You think that possibly there could be, an issue, like you could be run into some trouble later down the line, especially in a difficult conference like the ACC, but Coach DeLuz didn't seem too bothered by it. Obviously, wants his players to be healthy, doesn't want them to be injured, but he believes in all 3 of his goalkeepers on this roster.
Small, trying to track it down. Slips by her defender. Small with an excellent pass. Right to Skinner. It was Malaika Mina who took the shot. Had Emily Morris trailing behind her as well. Well, the Demon Deacons, again, 3 really capable goalkeepers in there. You see Howard, Amaral, and Cahill. This is her first career road start.
Yeah, this is a difficult environment for her to come into. You got the shirtless boys screaming all game, and she's handled herself well so far. I think that collect on the most recent cross after the corner kick, I think that was really impressive to me, because a lot of goalkeepers choose not to hold on to that. She did a great job, made it look really easy.
Tech's been really good. Winning possession, creating chances in the midfield tonight. De Guzman goes down, and a foul on the Demon Deacons. Christine Johnson, one who committed the foul. There you see, fouls per game this year. Tech, almost 13, Wake Forest 10.
Not much to say about that, Evan.
Off the free kick. Warren. Palkowski chips it with the right foot. George crosses it in over the head of Mitchell. Hanks. Hanks has been all over the pitch tonight for Wake. Foul on Wake, possession going right back to the Hokies.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Called from the referee. Yeah, she does just kind of come through Weir. There's the physicality from Wake showing on that one. I think for Virginia Tech so far, they've been really sharp in possession, really pinging the ball, triangles, give and goes. finding their midfielders in really good pockets. I think they've looked really sharp in possession, which hasn't been a theme in the past couple games. They've really been playing, using their press to their advantage in most recent games, so it's good to show some variety.
Mitchell plays it in. Cahill there to make the stop. Yeah, nothing about Tech, Emily. It seems like they've been very creative on set pieces here in the first half.
Yeah, they've had a lot of them. I think had a lot of different set piece takers as well. Haugen was taking some of the more deep set pieces, long balls into the area. One of the goals against Syracuse, the Pelkowski banger, came off of Haugen's service, and there we see Mitchell, and Skyers has been on a couple corners too.
Hanks deflected. It'll stay with Wake. Under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Two NCAA tournament teams from a year ago. Both right around that 6 line as the top 6 make the ACC tournament. It's a long ways to go. But it'll be here before we know it. Wonderful footwork to Guzman. Creates space. Maltese. Not there. And it's Mina who finds Hank. Beautiful pass to Small. So creative in space. There's the through ball, and there is Hanks. Skyers able to retreat and makes the takeaway with a beautiful pass, sliding down to the pitch. And now Mitchell, who's excellent in space, reverses field. To Guzman. Great defending from Wake there in the final third.
And Virginia Tech just needs to get numbers there for de Guzman, leaving her isolated 1v2 on that play.
Get back in our shape, Anna. Hey, Anna, drop for Anna, Anna.
What's been amazing about this first half, Emily, is there are moments you think that play has slowed down, and then it goes really fast the other way.
So true. I mean, we've had a couple times where we tried to get in little comments, little mentions, and it's just chances created in an instant.
Big ball. Trying to find Weir. Still hustling. And again, it's one of the most consistent players on this Wake team, Dempsey Brown, who's there for the Demon Deacons. Johnson. Tack on the takeaway. Yeah, on both sides, to your point you made earlier too, Emily, passing's been really crisp for both teams. Maltese trying to get there. Excellent work from Ansbrow. Substitutes coming on for both teams. Take another look, though.
Yeah, great tackle there from Ansbrow. Leaves Maltese a little beat up on that play, but she exits the match anyway.
And the clock will stop as Virginia Tech will
and I think the players need this. It's really been a track meet out there. A lot of chances created. 18 to 18, box to box, as we like to say. And I think there's some tired legs out there.
And this is a chance for both teams to get water and just take a breather here, Emily?
Yeah, it looks like maybe a minor injury to Visage. I think came off that tackle that she went in really strong for. She stays on. The trainer didn't come on for her, so that's a good sign for Virginia Tech.
And she was right around the midfield point, but you're right. A chance for everyone to take a deep breath, and we're back to action. Valente, who just came on, turns it over the other way. And as you continue to see this Tech team pressuring.
Hi.
Nice combination, a couple of touch passes. Haugen, direct pass, connects in the midfield. Warrenin surveys, finds Skyers. Mitchell is offsides. Great build up there.
Yeah, and Mitchell's just telling the player who played the ball, I'm not sure who it was, just to play it a little sooner. Her run was well timed, but the ball maybe didn't come in her path and she ends up offsides.
Ten minutes until halftime. There's a theme today at Thompson Field. It's Stranger Things night. And isn't it fitting? Look at that sunset. There's some purple in the sky.
It never fails, Evan. Blacksburg sunsets are the greatest. That's a cool one. Fits the theme for tonight.
Emily, are you a fan of Stranger Things, the show?
Yeah, I've watched all the seasons. What is it, 4 seasons?
4 seasons,
yeah,
fifth one on the way.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it all, and I think it's a cool theme for tonight. Getting a little spooky, getting into the month of October soon, so it's a cool theme for the women's soccer game tonight.
I'm hoping to see maybe some people have dressed up. Tech and Weir. It's too big of a touch. And a corner kick. Cahill has been tested on these corners. She's been great here on her first career road start. And Tech has certainly varied their set pieces, their corners. Kendall D'Amelio, who just came on as a sub, will take the corner. Hokies knocking on the door. All the way back out to Haugen with small defending. Cross. Cahill with one hand corrals.
And that right there is where Dory Haugen has really developed in her time at Virginia Tech. The little disguise ball, you don't always see that quality from a center back. Into Ruby Darling, who probably had time to turn and maybe create a more dangerous chance for Virginia Tech.
Wonderful read from George to force the turnover. Weir dumps it off. Here's the cross, knocked down by Morris, who finds Small. She's been quiet in this first half. Foul on Virginia Tech.
And Evan, we got a little bit interrupted earlier by one of the many chances we've had tonight in talking about Nikayla Small and what makes her great. It's that right there, the little tiny dribbles that she keeps close to her body. She's super strong, low center of gravity, powerful player, and it's hard to really take the ball off of her.
Her 7 assists tied for the conference lead. Her first ever ACC assist 2 years ago in a 4-3 win for Wake Forest against Virginia Tech. There you see, wonderful caption. The three-headed Demon Deacon, Hanks, Murphy, Small. They have been terrific, the trio this year. And there's a great build-up. Hanks cuts it back. Plays it through, trying to find Small. Tech's back line. Good recovery on defense. Weir. George. Hanks has space. Booted out of harm's way by Visage and Virginia Tech.
With Small being so, or Hanks, excuse me, being so dominant, getting by players on that left side, Wake Forest players need to start committing themselves to the box, getting across Virginia Tech defenders, because she's been having her way all this first half so far for Wake Forest.
Small, the right foot, beautiful pass to Murphy. Her passing, Emily, she makes it look so effortless. Skyers has had a big first half. Almost rolled over the touchline. It stays on. Five minutes before halftime, it certainly can swing the pendulum of momentum one way or the other.
Yeah, this has been a really exciting first half. It's kind of a shame that it's 0-0 with how many chances we've had in this one.
Ruby Darling picks up the foul as Hansbrough's had a really nice first half. Fell down. Just 4 combined fouls in this first half. Colton connects with Small. Swanson, who scored against Virginia, trying to track that down. Rolls over the end line, and nice sportsmanship there. Skyers picks her up. How about Eden Skyers in this first half, Emily, as we take another look?
She does a great job here, using her body, playing to the whistle. And obviously the sportsmanship, as you mentioned, helping Swanson up after that play. But she's been great for Virginia Tech. Left back has been a position of need for Virginia Tech. The last couple of seasons, we've seen Ida Warren play there. But she's not a left back. She's a midfielder. You want her in her best position. So he goes to the transfer portal and gets Eden Skyers. Has a lot of experience in England, has been a great addition to the Hokie squad.
Hanks. Will give and go right back to her. Nice touch pass. Swanson unable to track it down. Well, we just talked about the trio up top of Murphy and Hanks and Small. They're very creative right outside the box.
Yeah, and all very technically sound, willing to use their body. Smart players. I'm really enjoying watching Hanks tonight. She's popped up in a number of places, left, the right. She's played close to Murphy at times. Their chemistry is very evident in how they play, and it's really nice to see for Wake Forest, who have struggled offensively in the past.
Farrell, who just checked in for Virginia Tech. Speaking of crafty ideas, nobody there. There's no doubt both teams will enjoy halftime with just the effort and the quality that was on the pitch this first 45. Crosses in, Weir the header, that's over the crossbar.
And a great ball in from Valente. Virginia Tech has seen a lot of success in this right-hand side, serving in crosses, and Weir does a good job of trying to redirect that on frame.
Valente picked up by Johnson defensively, as well as Alex Wood. Great combination defending. And that's well read by Pelkowski. Weir with the right foot. Dempsey Brown read that beautifully. Beautiful back heel flick, no-look pass. Swanson. Excellent slide tackle. Back and forth we go in possession with about 60 seconds left. Valente tracking that down. Does not get there.
Ready, Ella. Good, hit her feet. Tuck it back. Finish the half. Finish the half. Stand her up, Georgia. Stand her up. No foul.
Haugen, Farrell with a quick pass. Haugen with 30 seconds. Tries to find Weir. Farrell hustling. It'll stay with Wake, and that should just about do it for the first 45 minutes. What an entertaining quality first half here at Thompson Field, Emily Gray.
Yeah, it's been super intense. End to end, as we've mentioned, each team's look like they want 3 points tonight. But it's 0-0, and this one might be the survival of the fittest.
Three tonight, Ashley Sadro. Blows the whistle. Looks down at her watch, and we're off. Already, big ball here from the Hokies. Emily, what'd you like about Peyton Cahill? Her first career road start. What'd you make of the first half?
She's been exactly as advertised by Coach DeLuz. Super calm presence back there. I think she's done a great job, and it's been a seamless transition for this Wake back line.
And Cahill made her first career start last match, a 2-0 win for the Demon Deacons over then 22nd ranked Virginia. Wake Forest team that got off to a terrific start this year as Bryan intercepts, tries to slot it through, unable to do so, but Tech continues to pester. De Guzman creates space, crosses it in, Cahill dives. Another great chance for Tech.
It's De Guzman on this right-hand side again. Anybody who's played there for Tech in this game so far has had their way. But De Guzman, especially, has been excellent.
Mitchell, knocked down, gets the foul call. This will create a dangerous free kick.
And here's Mitchell getting by Shvoshi. And as Shvoshi tries to make a play on the ball, she kind of trips up and brings Mitchell down with her.
Mitchell was close to scoring in the first half, trying to put Tech in front. Skyers runs right into a Demon Deacon. Who's that last touched off of? It is off the Hokies. Emily, you took a lot of set pieces in your career. Take me through the mindset of someone who's tasked with doing that, whether it be a corner kick, a free kick. How much strategy is going through your mind? How much of it is reading the way the other team lines up?
Well, I think there's a lot in terms of where the ball is positioned on the field. De Guzman does well to hold the ball there for Virginia Tech. Yeah, it's all about where you are on the field, picking which foot to take it with, picking who's going to serve the ball in.
Allie George, wonderful recovery there from Kaya Hanks. Don't think we've given her enough credit for the job she's done on the defensive end tonight.
I think that's what people look at the next level, and you'll see here this defensive effort from her on Allie George.
Warren, Mitchell Finds Bryant. Excellent ball taken away. Laurel Ansbrow pleading her case that should be a goal kick. It's a corner.
A great ball in from Mitchell again for Bryant, but an excellent tackle from Ansbrow. She definitely thinks that's a goal kick. She's confident in that one.
This is the 7th corner kick of the night for Tech. Just one for Wake Forest. Eden Skyers, the corner kick played in. Was dangerous for a moment.
Another dangerous set piece taken by Skyers, that in-swinging left-footed ball. It's always critical to have a lefty on your team who can serve balls like that, especially your outside back, doing it in the run of play. But Cahill, once again, confident off her line.
The thing about Cahill is she redshirted in 21, didn't play last year, but her 3rd year in the program. Has seen a lot of soccer, been a lot of great keepers that Wake Forest had over the years.
And I think that's what makes it even more impressive, how she stepped into this group. It shows the goalkeeping quality that they have in this room for Wake Forest and how the coaches have prepared them. But I think it also shows the mentality of Cahill being ready to step in. You know, you come, you're disappointed that you're not playing, and eventually you do get your chance, and it's up to you, your mentality of whether or not you're going to take it and be ready, and she certainly has done that.
Allie George, beautiful through ball. On the near touchline to Guzman. She's been active tonight and facilitating. She'll play that through for Mitchell. Warren has it taken away for a moment. Tech continues to play direct. Emily, what have your thoughts been on the build-up and that final pass for Virginia Tech in the attacking third tonight?
They've been really confident in possession tonight, and it all starts at the back with Haugen, and she plays a great ball forward here for Mitchell, who's who they want to get in between the lines and creating chances for them. But I think that's something that Coach Adair has wanted more consistency from his team on. Some games they're great in possession, some games they're not so great, and I think tonight they've really shown their class on the ball and are moving the ball at a high tempo, which is making it difficult defensively for Wake Forest.
George. Mitchell just a little too far out of reach. Now, somebody in talking with Coach Adair this week, Emily, that he had high praise for her ability to play different positions. Allie George.
Yeah, when I played with her at Virginia Tech, she started off as a center forward, one of the reserve forwards coming in. Last season, she played as an attacking mid coming off the bench and made the switch this spring to outside back. Kind of realized it wasn't going to work out for her. She wanted more minutes, and she has a great work ethic. She was putting her mind to this position change, went to the coaching staff about it, and it's really paid dividends for this team because outside back, we've mentioned before, specifically left back has been a position of need. They thought she was going to play left back this season. They get Skyers in. She moves to the right, and she's had a great start to the season.
Dangerous spot here. Michaela Small cuts it back. And Skinner drops down. She's made a couple of excellent saves tonight. That one a little easier than the one she saw in the first half.
Yeah, a little easier for Skinner. And you see here, she's slowing the game down. A chance was just created for Wake Forest. She's taking her time in her distribution on this one. But Michaela Small, you don't want to let her inside on her left foot. It's a dangerous opportunity. If you're Virginia Tech, you don't want to give that up.
There's Taylor Bryan. So dangerous when she's on the ball. Bryan unable to get by Dempsey Brown. You've really seen on display tonight why this Wake Forest coaching staff really thinks the world of Dempsey Brown.
And initially you see there, Bryan cuts inside on her on the dribble. She's beat at first, but the recovery, she's calm. She didn't look rattled by it whatsoever. Wins the ball back for Wake Forest.
There's Small, gets by Skyers, excellent move. Crosses in, Haugen the center back in the right spot. Johnson with space. Johnson tried that extra touch, and Skinner again there to make the stop.
And Visage does a great job here. Johnson bodying Voronin on that play, going by a couple defenders for Virginia Tech, and we don't see it on the replay there, but Visage really patient. She's the last defender, just pokes the ball.
Not a block, it's a charge. It's basketball.
Emily, any big changes you've seen in the second half from either side?
Not really, to be honest. I think it's just as high energy as it left off in the first half. I think Wake has grown into this game for sure. I think in the beginning of the first half, they were struggling in possession, struggling to connect more than a couple passes. I think their midfielders have done a much better job in being a presence in midfield, keeping the ball so they don't have to defend as much against Virginia Tech, who has a lot of pace up front.
Skyers.
Great reaction there from Shivoshi. Gives the ball away and immediately steps to Skyers. She's another one of these Wake Forest defenders who doesn't get a ton of love in terms of awards or team of the week recognition.
Well, you see, this was not called anything, Emily.
I think the referee's done a nice job of letting them play. We've talked about the high number of fouls each of these teams commit.
As a player, do you enjoy it when you're allowed to play on more times than not?
Yeah, I think it gives more of a flow to the game. Obviously, the referee has to have control in that sense. They can't let anything get too crazy, but I think she's been really consistent tonight.
Skyers. She's been tasked with defending Nikayla Small. It's been a really fun matchup to watch.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think Wake will want Nikayla Small to find the ball a little bit more. Kaya Hanks has carried a lot of the load tonight.
Christine Johnson with the left foot. Malika Mina. There's Emily Murphy. It's been quiet thus far. Dumps it off for Morris. Morris with the left foot right to the arms of Aaliyah Skinner.
And I think if you're Virginia Tech, you're fine with that opportunity by Wake. Obviously, you want pressure on the ball, but you trust your goalkeeper, Skinner, saving a shot from outside the 18-yard box.
Emily mentioned you've played, a couple of your former teammates are on this pitch tonight as Skyers try to play it through. But going back to Aaliyah Skinner, what is it about her that makes her a dynamic keeper?
I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast tonight, but it's her swagger, and she's a good friend of mine. We joke around. I tell her, the way you carry yourself on the pitch, it's really fun to see, and it exudes her. Her confidence shows in that way, and I think that's something that makes her really special back there, and in terms of her communication as well.
Missed almost all of last season due to an injury. Coach Chugger Adair said she has come back better in almost every regard, and she was already playing at such a high level before the injury. Just over 30 minutes left to go in this second half. On the takeaway, Weir, the freshman, trying to do it by herself. But just over 30 minutes left to go. 25th ranked Wake Forest and Virginia Tech looking for their third consecutive ACC victory.
And that was Brown again on that tackle for Wake Forest. She's been great tonight, and I'm really glad Coach Deleuze mentioned her on the coaches call with us this morning, because she's been consistent back there. Just when you think Anna Weir has the pace to get by her, she makes it a well-timed tackle, knows exactly what she's doing.
She's played the full 90 minutes, 6 of 8 matches this year. One of them she missed because of injury. Skinner slowing things down.
I was like, not expecting that. I was like, I saw the kid, and I was like, I was like, wait a minute, where's the momentum going?
Mina trying to connect with Small. Skyers in pursuit. A throw in for Wake Forest in the attacking third.
Small is really wearing down Skyers there on that left-hand side for Virginia Tech. Was a little bit out of position on that last play. Small got inside of her. Virginia Tech needs to get on the ball, keep some possession.
Mina with the right foot. The second chance. It's there for Wake Forest. The 25th ranked Demon Deacons have the 1-0 lead at Thompson Field. Malaika Mina, the junior, her first goal of the season.
And this comes off a semi-long throw that Small earned and flicked on. Mina hits the crossbar, and Hanks, we've talked about her all game long. In the right place, at the right time for this one. Easiest finish she'll have this season. Coach Luz, we talked to him at halftime. What could she do to get on the score sheet? He said be more clinical. Doesn't get easier than that one, a little header into the back of the net.
It is Hanks, the sophomore. Again, Mina, who that initial chance, still something to celebrate about that for what she did to create. And then Hanks, right spot, 6th goal of the year. That's now 4 goals over her last 5 matches. 1-0 Wake Forest. And it's just been building, Emily, either side, and it's the Demon Deacons who break through.
Yeah, and I think it was going to be whoever makes the first mistake in a way. I think Virginia Tech struggled to clear that ball on that play, and Wake Forest capitalized. And in the first half, they weren't putting as many numbers into the box, committing themselves on that goal. They had several numbers in the box to put away that chance.
Hokies have a chance to answer right back. Visage got a head on it. And a quick throw in for Skyers. George trying to find Valente, unable to connect.
But a nice response from Virginia Tech, earning the corner immediately after the goal conceded. And Natalie Mitchell, Eden Skyers on the opposite side for the corner kicks have put in some tremendous balls right in the mixer. Tough collision on the last one for Visage, who almost puts it on frame.
And Malaika Mina and Emma Pelkowski, a little shoving here on the near touchline. And the clock will stop.
And we talked about earlier the referee on the pitch allowing both teams to play. And this is an opportunity where she can stay in control of the match, talk to both players, and keep it going that same way.
They throw it to Mina with Pelkowski matched up on her. George with the header. Now Small with Skyers challenging, wins it back for a moment. Too far out of reach, that might have been a handball, but it nonetheless possession with Wake. So the Demon Deacons and Kaya Hanks have the lead on the road. You know, going back to Hanks, started all 19 matches last year, all ACC freshman honors. But has really turned it on here in year two. And something that Coach Tony DeLuz talked about with us, he said her finishing could have been better last year. They worked really hard on that, and it has paid off in a big way here in 2023.
Yeah, I think sometimes transitioning into the college game, I know I experienced it as well in terms of finishing. She was putting herself in great chances, as he told us, and I think sometimes it can be difficult to calm yourself in front of goal. And I think she's done a great job this season, taking that leap forward. We'll see here, Pelkowski's down after that collision.
And it will stop the clock. Pelkowski, the junior from Westchester, had started nearly 40 matches in her first 2 years as an underclassman. Coming off her first career brace, here's another look.
Yeah, and just Small makes contact. I think both of them were shaken up after that tackle.
Small through traffic. Small got by Skyers. Emily, plenty of time here, over 26 minutes, but if you're Virginia Tech, Coach Chugger, is there anything you change now down 1-0?
I think there's still a little bit of time before you really start, you know, moving people up the field, committing numbers, maybe putting a taller player up front, taking someone out of the back line. I think they're doing just fine. I think you see it right now, being calm in possession. They're going to get their chances. There's about 26 minutes left. Need to keep moving the ball and wear down this Wake Forest team.
It is as quiet as it has been all night at Thompson Field. That crowd, as you see, still very strong. As we talked about at halftime, Emily, yes, it's late September and there's a lot of the season left, but you've got Tech right now in 5th place in the ACC, Wake Forest in 7th. You never know when the season's all said and done what matches will matter when it comes to who makes the ACC tournament.
Yeah, and I think the spots, you know, 4 through 6 for the ACC tournament are really up for grabs. I think we've seen Florida State, North Carolina really jump out, had a tremendous matchup against each other last weekend. And these are the 2 teams tonight that are going to be really looking to get into those top 6 spots, and believe they have the teams to do so.
Murphy. Trying to find Mina. The Demon Deacons. Here's Mitchell. She's been quiet in the second half. Big ball played ahead, trying to find Weirdness a little too far, but the right idea. And for Virginia Tech, and we've talked about, they've had a lot of depth this year, but missing Tori Powell. Taylor Price did not play against Syracuse, has not played tonight. As Skyers has just been all over the pitch, another slide tackle.
Yeah, and talking about the missing pieces offensively, I do want to hit on Eden Skyers' tackle right there. She's put in a shift tonight. I mean, it's been really impressive seeing her transition. into the ACC. But yeah, you look at the missing Hokies. Those are really veteran players. Even though Taylor Price is only a sophomore, she had a great freshman year, and they're really missing her up front.
Well, Wake has seized momentum since Kaya Hanks' 6th goal of the year. They look for another on the corner kick. Well read. Weir, nobody there. Valente trying the direct pass. Hanks. Well, something you don't see all that often, but in the day and age of the transfer portal, you might more and more. Emily Murphy, someone who has come in, personality and her leadership has been infectious, according to Coach Tony DeLuz, but started a career at North Carolina, then transferred to Wake Forest.
Yeah, North Carolina have a lot of recruiting ties in that English area. They brought in Alessia Russo, Lawood Moy over the years. She went to the World Cup for England. But it doesn't end up working out for her at UNC, and she comes over to Wake Forest immediately as a captain. And I think that's so impressive. And you can see her savviness on the ball. Great player, and I think she's found a home finally.
Big ball played forward. Emily Morris with the cutback. And a takeaway. That was Visage. You see that Virginia Tech bench? Trying to get fired up, some energy back on their side. Tech's got plenty of numbers forward right now, and there's a takeaway. Opportunity for Wake on the counter. It is Murphy, the North Carolina transfer. Murphy, the captain, with a great read. Mina with the right shot, and that is saved. Aaliyah Skinner, her biggest save of the night.
A great piece of transition play from Wake Forest. Ends up at Mina's feet. Hit the crossbar earlier, but a better save from Skinner to hit that one over the bar. She's come up big for the Hokies tonight, all season long in her career as well. And this isn't what you want to see if you're Virginia Tech Haugen being down.
And two players that work so well together for Tech defensively. Obviously Skinner in goal, and Dory Haugen, a senior from Bristow, Virginia.
And Evan, I do want to add Haugen on that transition, that counterattack from Wake Forest. Emily Murphy on the dribble wanted to find her wide player the whole time. It was obvious. She wanted to go right. Haugen slowed her down, made her get by her first to find that player. That could have been a more dangerous opportunity, more of a one-on-one attempt for Wake Forest, had it not been for slowing down the attack from Haugen.
That's great to see her quickly up to her feet. You know, we asked Coach Chugger Adair a couple days ago when we met with him about, hey, any players that would be great to highlight from your perspective on the air that you want to talk about. Who's the first name, he said, Emily?
Victoria Haugen, Dory.
We just talked about how quality the center back position is in this conference, and she is among the best.
I was talking with somebody this morning who used to work with this women's soccer program at Virginia Tech. There was a player that played center back who was also pretty good a few years ago, Kelsey Irwin. And Victoria Haugen and Kelsey Irwin just missed each other by a year, but what a duo that would have been.
It's still a corner kick for Wake Forest. Just over 20 minutes left in this second half. Ball still dangerous and cleared. Morris, the pass. Skyers defending. There's a big tackle and challenge. She wins it yet again. How many times tonight have we talked about Eden Skyers just over and over and over again?
She has been up to the task in her level of development. And she's in the bad position there, honestly. She makes a great tackle in her recovery and getting back there.
Wake Forest has had the last 4 corner kicks in the second half. High looping ball, Mitchell heads it away. Mina crosses it in. And it's Warren on the ball for Tech. Well, if you're Virginia Tech, what can the Hokies do to get some momentum back on their side?
They need to up the tempo a little bit more, and getting this player who just is involved in that tackle there, Natalie Mitchell involved, will really be good for them.
Ella Valente, near side of the pitch, 2 defenders tracking down on her. It's a throw-in.
I think for Virginia Tech, you know, historically, making the game chaotic, Wake does not want that. They're a possession-oriented team, really technical, really savvy. Virginia Tech can put them out of that rhythm, out of that comfort zone with 20 minutes to go. I think they'll create a couple quality chances to get back in this one, if not win it.
A trio of subs just came on for Chagrin Air Squad, including Dory Haugen, which is great to see. Ball played in. That is well dangerous, but nobody there for Tech to get a look at goal. It's Cahill, who's been excellent tonight there yet again. Mitchell. Wake Forest done a really nice job keying in on her in the second half. Here's Haugen, who just checked back in, maybe off the pitch for about 2 minutes. There aren't many minutes in a Tech season as of late where number 20 is not on. What a beautiful pass. Hanks trying to create space. That's a goal kick. Had a good look for a moment, and then again, the recovery from the back line of the Hokies.
Well done by Allie George, and with limited experience other than this season at outside pack position, uses her body so well here. They're jostling for position, and a great tackle to earn the goal kick.
Allie George from Louisville. Comes from a very athletic family, Allie George. Dad Chris played water polo at Kentucky. Mom played basketball at Alabama.
And fun fact, her mom is one of the team doctors for Racing Louisville in the NWSL.
How about that? You ever run in on the road?
Yeah, last year when we played at Louisville, Allie and her parents were both all at the game, and they were wearing Louisville jerseys, but maybe next time they'll have a Courage one.
Mitchell finds space, and it's Weir. Tech looking to equalize, and they've got a corner. Christine Johnson had to hurt there on that ball played in, and you hope she's okay as she rises to her feet.
Yeah, I think the wind just got knocked out of her. She took a shot to the stomach area. And there's Mitchell finding herself on the ball, laying it out to Weir. Weir's really good in these one-on-one situations, looks to put the ball into the box. And Johnson just, yeah, she takes that one, and the guy knocks the win out of her.
9th Virginia Tech corner of the night. Here is Skyers. Haugen connects, top of the box, a turn, a shot just wide, right of the post. My goodness, almost an equalizer.
Virginia Tech has done a great job all night long, earning second chances from their set pieces, and there's Mitchell finding the ball, turns, launches one, took forever to fall. Was wondering if that was going to find the back of the net. Fortunately, sails wide.
That's 2 moments in this match for Natalie Mitchell. First 10 minutes or so, and then right there, that was a much tougher opportunity.
But it shows her knack for scoring goals. She's a forward by trade, playing this number 10 position and growing in that role, learning the midfielder responsibilities and really asking questions. Coach Adair mentioned to us, she's really been looking to grow this year, and her role has been even higher this season with the absence of Price and Powell.
What's impressive about Mitchell, 8 assists last year as a freshman, didn't really score a lot, 6 goals this year. And you mentioned a forward by trade. Visage had a really nice night tonight on both ends. Under 14 minutes to go in this second half. And you look at Wake and what they've done this year. They got off to that incredible start, unbeaten through 7 matches. They fell to Notre Dame, the draw against NC State, the win against then number 22, Virginia, and now a chance on the road. This would be another signature win if they can hang on.
A bit ambitious for Murphy there, but yeah, you mentioned another signature win. We'll look at the RPI coming up here for Virginia Tech, 31. They've had a really difficult schedule in the teams they played, and the teams they played in non-conference have gone on to do good things in their own conference, like Indiana and the Big Ten. Wake at 79, ranked in the top 25 though, so the coaches poll, they definitely see good things out of the Demon Deacons.
Weir gets knocked down, easy whistle. Tech wants to play quickly, and they're not allowed to do so.
Maybe the first missed touch by Brown all game long. And I think she's called for that one. Just gets a little bit of the ball, but it's from behind, so Weir gets the call for that.
Wake Forest takes it away, and they've gotten the space if they want to push. Murphy dumps it off. Shavoshi. Now Murphy.
You got it, Matt.
Wonderful change of point there from Wake Forest.
Cool, calm, collected there with the pressure. Anna Swanson. Mina. Colton in the midfield. Morris, again they flip. Another side of the pitch. Chavoshi, pestered.
You got it, Em.
And you see, you mentioned, Emily, this is a possession-oriented Wake Forest team. And I'm sure they love the spot they're in right now, being a possession-oriented team.
Yeah, and the script was flipped a little bit in the first half with Virginia Tech really knocking the ball around, kind of dominating Wake. They weren't as calm as we're typically used to seeing them. But in this second half, they have really come to life, and there haven't been as many clear-cut chances for either team in this second half, but Wake has certainly been very composed in possession. And I think it starts at the back with these players for Wake Forest.
Just play the wide guy. Simple, simple.
George trying to create a turnover. Foul called.
And Mina, the number 10 in midfield, after that foul earned for Wake Forest, puts her arms up to tell her teammates to calm down, slow the game down. Under 11 minutes to go in this game. A critical road ACC matchup. Slow the game down and kill time.
There's another look and a quick strike. The right foot of Mina. Hokies hustling, trying to prevent a corner, unable to do so.
And Anna Swanson for Wake Forest has been a key sub off the bench, I think, in midfield for Wake Forest. She stays in after some changes here. Hanks and Small coming back in. But Swanson has made an impact off the bench for Wake Forest.
In limited minutes her first 2 seasons, Swanson, but scored last match against UVA. 6th Wake Forest corner of the night. That was headed on goal off of Haugen. High five Skinner and Haugen for the Hokies.
She's laughing that one off, didn't know much about it. Kind of just hits her and goes out for another corner kick. But a nice service, a little bit kicked into the ground. But well done by Ansbro to redirect that on target.
There's a guy with a ball right there. There's a ball right there.
The clock is stopped.
There's a guy with a ball
You
right
see, I think Wake would love to take some time. Worth reminding those of you that this is the second year that there's no overtime in college soccer. Once we get to 90 minutes, that's the match. And that looks to be a missed kick there off the corner kick.
You can see Swanson having a difficult time. That's 2 in a row that she kind of just kicks into the surface here at Thompson Field. It's a tough corner over there to take them with your left foot, going up a little bit of a hill. It's definitely a bit abnormal to take them over there.
Wake Forest really pressuring. Skyers trying to flip it forward for herself. That is off Wake Forest. It's D'Amelio who's in. Maltese goes down, draws the foul.
And here we see it, Virginia Tech looking to increase the pace of this game, make things chaotic for Wake. Maltese earning the foul on that one.
And Virginia Tech averages almost 13 fouls a match, only 5, rather 6. Skyers, arguably the MVP of the night tonight for Virginia Tech. The free kick, right to Small, who splits 2 defenders. And here she goes the other way. Only one pass there, she'll take it. Able to find Hanks.
Really well done by Hanks there. She has confidence to go by the Virginia Tech defender on that play, but knows where she is on the field, knows how much time is left in the game with her team in position, up 1-0, pulls it back and keeps possession for her teammates.
Johnson with under 8 minutes to go. Pass intercepted. George with a through ball for Maltese. Throw in on the way.
Brown again. All night for Wake Forest in the back line.
To Guzman, cuts it back. Trying to take on 2 defenders. You see Virginia Tech, Emily, getting numbers forward here.
And a few minutes ago, Evan, Coach Chugger and the Hokies coaching staff took Avery Vistage out of the game to add an extra forward up front. So removing his center back and putting an extra number in the forward line, which I believe is Maltese.
Skinner, well off her line. Polkowski just chips it ahead for Warrenin. And Tech slowing things down here with just over 6 minutes left. How do you balance at this point, Emily? Down 1-0, wanting to build from the back like you're doing and take your time, but also knowing time's not on your side.
I don't think they're actually wanting to build out of the back here. There's just nothing going forward. I mean, Eden.
Huge takeaway for Wake Forest. Murphy. It's a goal. The North Carolina transfer, Emily Murphy, with her 4th goal of the year.
And Coach Toulouse told us Emily Murphy will start scoring soon, and she has tonight, and then the goals will keep coming. A great finish late in the game to keep making that run, and Haugen just is unable to keep it out of the back of the net. Virginia Tech on that last possession needs to play forward, needs to play in behind. Their players up front were kind of just stagnant, which is why they weren't playing in behind. Wake Forest makes them pay and improves the scoreline to 2-0.
And now you see the increased urgency from Tech. You just mentioned it, Emily. There wasn't a lot there for Tech in that possession. This Wake defense, something they've been known for the last couple of years, showing up late in the second half. Hanks. Small. Just taking her time in the far corner. Goal kick. All right, well, Emily, you know this conference very well. You've seen a couple of the big fixtures so far. You look at this Wake Forest team. They've got experience. They've got depth. They can get it done offensively as well as defensively. Where do you see them fitting in this really good ACC this year?
I think they've showed a great performance tonight against a team that also could finish in the top 6. I think Wake has really impressed me, not only in this match, but earning the result against Virginia last weekend.
Mitchell with numbers ahead. Weir. Mitchell trying to give it a go, potentially find Bryan.
And I think in previous years for Wake Forest, they were either missing the goal-scoring front or missing the composure at the back to keep clean sheets. I think they've tied a lot of it together this season, and Coach Toulouse has done a great job with recruiting and getting these players in place, playing with confidence. And I think they're going to be a tough out for any ACC team to play them this season.
Good hustle from Warren. Well, going back to halftime, it was scoreless, and you could have said the first half was 50-50 down the middle. Emily, what was it as there's a foul there in the midfield? What was it about Wake in the second half? What has been the difference for them?
I think they went back to what works best for them, has worked best for them throughout the season, which is keeping possession. They started to wear Virginia Tech out throughout the half, and Virginia Tech struggled to really create possession, get their key players on the ball. Energy kind of got drained out of them. And I also think once Virginia Tech ramped up the pressure when they went up 1-0 and now 2-0, Wake has responded well to that chaos and have some really, really quality players up front and Hanks that they can rely on day in, day out.
This conference, I mean, year in, year out, it just finds a way to continue to impress. The quality, top to bottom. It's going to be a really fun month of October. Both teams have given away possession in the last 2 minutes. Well, and if you're the Hokies here, Emily, there was a lot of good in those first 45 minutes. They were direct. They created good chances. What do you think Coach Chuggerdaire's biggest takeaway will be from tonight?
I think they need to score goals. I think that they've had a really great first half performance, we mentioned. It could have gone either way, 50-50. any team could have come out in the second half and won this game. And obviously it's not over quite yet, but I think he'll want them to keep pushing on. He needs some players to contribute offensively in addition to Natalie Mitchell. She can't be the one scoring all the goals. And I think if once Virginia Tech can figure that out, they'll continue to win games.
You look at the upcoming schedule for the Hokies. 2 ranked opponents, rivalry match with Virginia. A lot of really quality opponents.
Yeah, some difficult ones on the schedule there. But any team can win in any given game in this conference. And the Hokies have shown that over the years.
How about this? A couple of times. This is unbelievable. You got 4 or 5 players there.
It's like a rugby scrum in the corner over there.
Kind of reminds me of the Eagles quarterback sneak.
I was just about to say that, the tush push.
The tush push, that's right.
Go Birds. Had the opportunity to throw that in
I can't go that
times.
far there. Now look at that again. Great quality on both sides there. Keeping that alive.
And well done by Taylor Bryan there, because it can be really frustrating when you're losing a match and the other team is trying to play in the corner. You can choose to give up in those moments, but Taylor Bryan stuck with the play and earned the foul for the Hokies.
Just over 60 seconds left here. Tech would love a goal here for the confidence. Maltese has it taken away. Really nice match for Malika Mina. And for the Demon Deacons, you look at their upcoming schedule. A lot of great opportunities, including #1 North Carolina.
Yeah, 2 more games to complete their road stretch, and then #1 North Carolina, never an easy team to come up against. But they'll have them at home, and it'll be an in-state rivalry for them.
Mitchell in pursuit. Excellent clearance from Christine Johnson. One last chance here for Tech. And there is Murphy, who had the second goal of the match. Well, for this Wake Forest team, who lost Madison Howard, one of their keepers, Peyton Cahill comes on. They beat Virginia, and they come into Blacksburg, and they knock off the Hokies, their first win